The dust is beginning to settle on the Senate hearings for President Biden's nominee to the Supreme Court, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Judge Jackson's hearing has dominated the week here in Washington. And what's clear is that she has sort of become a stand-in for some of the big cultural issues that are really roiling or stirring up American life. And these kinds of issues, things like critical race theory or transgender rights, they became as big an issue during her Senate hearing as more conventional legal matters. So, for example, we had Senator Ted Cruz of Texas talking about children's books that the senator disliked, but more to the point that he was portraying as evidence that Judge Jackson was an advocate of critical race theory.
Now, this is a book that is taught at Georgetown Day School to students in pre-K through second grade, so 4 through 7 years old. Do you agree with this book that is being taught with kids that babies are racist?
I do not believe that any child should be made to feel as though they are racist, or though they are not valued, or though they are less than, that they are victims, that they are oppressors. I don't believe in any of that.
With Senator Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee asking the judge whether she could define what a woman was.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
Judge Jackson basically said,
Roe and Casey are the settled law of the Supreme Court concerning the right to terminate a woman's pregnancy.
Perhaps the most aggressive exchanges of all, though, came between Senator Josh Hawley and the judge, and between Senator Lindsey Graham and the judge. Both of those about her record when it comes to sentencing of people convicted of child pornography offenses. The Republican senators were making the case that the judge had been light or lenient in her sentencing. In fact, she has a number of times sentenced people in those kinds of cases at a level that is below federal guidelines. However, that's not all that unusual. Those exchanges were probably the fieriest we saw, and they were an attempt to do, I think, two things. One was put pressure on a couple of moderate Democrats who Republicans still hope might be persuaded to vote against the judge. The second part of the Republican attack was really, I think, an attempt to paint Judge Jackson herself as soft on crime, and by extension, make that case against President Biden. Is all this going to matter? Are those attacks going to resonate? Well, they might, particularly among, let's say, Republican voters or conservative-leaning independents. But there's also the danger that some of these most aggressive lines of questioning could actually backfire. And certainly Senator Graham's questioning of the judge on the Wednesday did get quite a lot of pushback on social media in particular. Of course, Judge Jackson, if she is confirmed, will become the first Black woman on the Supreme Court. So there's a number of political ramifications of these hearings. We'll have to see how those do play out, or whether the hearing will have faded from voters' memories by the time they go to cast their ballots in November's midterm election.